So we will continue rounding numbers, except this time for these examples, we're going to be rounding decimal numbers. And decimal numbers work similar to whole numbers, except rather than multiples of 10, there are divisions of 10. So when we count these divisions of 10, they kind of go in reverse, but the idea is the same. So I'll give you an idea. Here is round 19.758 to the nearest hundredths place. And let me just point out a couple of things. Again, we want to go to the nearest. And notice this THS. For decimals, we will put on this hundredths. That's how this is pronounced, as opposed to if we were rounding whole numbers, it would just be the hundreds. But for decimals, if we start out with an initial value, let's just say 1, and we divide it by 10, it tags on this decimal. Divide it by 10 again, and we tag on a 0. Keep dividing by 10, and we tag on more zeros. So the first position here, right here, this 1, is known as the tenths position. The next one is the hundredths position. The next one is the thousandths, 10,000ths, and it counts on from there. So for this problem where it says 19.758 to the nearest hundredths place, so this is 19.758. So again, we could look at this as 19 plus 0.758. So the hundredth position is the 5 right here, right in the middle. 7 is the tenths, 5 is the hundredths, 8 is the thousandths. So I have 0.758, and of course, since we're looking for the nearest, then it's either 0.76 or it's 0.75. And what determines it? Again, it's the digit to its right. If it's 5 or greater, then we go up to 0.76. If it's less than 5, then we go down to 0.75, and you can see it's 5 or greater. So this winds up being 19 plus 0.760, and typically when we write these decimals, I'm going to have 19.76. There's no reason to tag on the 0. That just becomes extraneous. But there we have it. And it's the same idea for this next one. We have 2,099.3841. We're going to round this to the nearest thousandths place. So we could say 2,099 plus 0.3841. The thousandths position would be the 4 right here. Here is our tenths, 8 is our hundredths, 4 is our thousandths. So 0.3841, it's either going to go to 0.3850 or 0.3840. And of course, 0.3841, the digit that we use is the one to the right. That's less than 5. So we go down to 0.3840. So this is 2,099 plus 0.3840. So when we write this, this is 2,099 0.384. There's no reason to tag on the 0 here, so we just leave it like this. Let's go back to this previous example here. Suppose this was 57.996, and we wanted to round it to the nearest hundredth. So that would be this one here, the 9 right here. So this winds up being 57 plus 0.996. So to round it to the nearest hundredth, it's either going to be 0.996 down to 0.990 or up to 1.000. Do you see that? Since it's this decimal here, and that's 5 or greater, then it's going to go up to the 1.000 here. So this winds up being 57 plus 1.000. And what is 57 plus 0.1000? Well, that becomes 58. So if I had a number such as 57.996 and I wanted to round it to the nearest hundredths place, this would wind up rounding to 58. But that's it.